Y'all, it's hair washing day. Me and hair washing day, we do not get along. Let me get comfortable in my chair. I'm overwhelmed with hair washing day. So yesterday was Feral Monday. I will save that to my highlights. Thank you so much for loving that look. I'm so glad that y'all loved it. It was so much fun to do. But today we're just gonna try out some new products. Let's try them out. Oh, it ran away. Things just tend to run away. I have so many ideas that I want to film, but I'm trying to pace myself because I'll get out of control. I will sit in my room and I will film 6 to 7 videos. I love makeup. I love playing in it. But I do want to pace myself because I don't want to overwhelm myself at the beginning of the year and just do all of my ideas at once. In fact, I want to continue reposting my concealer series, so I still need to do that as well. So I'm going to pace myself. But before we get into it, I'm going to show you some of the fun stuff we're going to try out today. Ofra has a concealer. When I tell you these shades are perfect for me. There's so much pinky goodness. I'm so excited. First, we're going to do a first impression on this. We're going to do a first impression on this. This is their Power Grip, but it has niacinamide in it. And y'all know how much I love niacinamide as a primer. So y'all don't normally see me use an actual primer, but this has the skincare that I really love that pairs so nicely with foundations and concealers. So we shall see. I will do a wear test on this tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to do one side with it and one side without and see if it does make that difference. But today, let's just try it out. Let's see what happens. I'm also going to start a little series because my friend, she went to Korea and she came back and brought me some fun stuff from Korea. So I'm going to film that as well. I'm not going to do that today, I don't think, maybe. But look at this. This is like a green corrector situation. I am excited. I'm just wondering how we're going to be able to find the brands. This is called Bring Green. I don't know, but it's really, really cool. That color looks nice. I did find it. I love social media. It just keeps us all connected. I love it so much. So I'm going to tag them. I haven't tried it yet, but it also came with a refill. I love that. So we're going to try that out. I'm excited for that series. So I did find out that we can pre-order Clean Canvas in the shade Fair. It is sold out, but you can pre-order it. And that's what I'm using today. It's been, I do wear sunscreen. I do want y'all to know that I do wear sunscreen. But sometimes in between filming, I'll wash my face and I will reset and I won't wear sunscreen. And I can tell that it's been 85 here and it's been really sunny. And I can tell already how much more sun my face has. It's bad, we know, it's bad, bad, bad. But you just go outside and I have a little swing in my backyard and I just sit there and I just feel the warm breeze. And I know I should go back inside because I don't have my sunscreen on, but it's so nice. And basically, we're having our second summer of the year. Also, while I'm blending this, I want to thank y'all for this. Y'all are absolutely wonderful. We sold out of the complexion collection here. We're gonna obviously rework bundles, so it will be sold out for a little while, but I want to thank y'all. Y'all are absolutely amazing. I love you so much. So this is the MAC Whitney Houston collection. It's beautiful. Look at this. I'm not going to use this today. I really want to stay in these tones, and I want to do a really nice smoky tight line. I have an idea. I'm very excited. This palette's gorgeous. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab an E28. We got to smooth this out. Remember, creasing is completely natural until this is set. But the way I like to do things is I actually like to set as I go. So no powder on right now, nothing like that. Let's just go ahead and grab this shade. But instead of grabbing it on the complete side of the brush, I'm only going to grab it on the side and the tip of the brush. I'm going to show you exactly where I picked that up. That's a really important thing to know. Exactly how you're picking up that eyeshadow. It makes such a difference. So I'm not going to worry as much about getting it on my lid. This is going to be a very smudgy, smoky look. Wow, that's pigmented as heck. Woo. Oh, I love it too. It's so gray and cool tone. This is going to look very 90s. I'm very excited. But anyways, I'm not going to worry about this getting on my lid space because I want this to look very smudgy, very smoky. Wow, that blended beautifully. Just using the side of my brush just to continue it. Grabbing a little bit more. Basically, I'm gonna grab half of what we just grabbed. Just a little bit, and then we'll use that over here. For over here, I might actually switch it towards the ceiling, so the shadow's facing the ceiling. It's just gonna be a little bit easier to get in this harder to reach area. There we go. Little things like that, they really make such a difference. Now, most of that. So I'm also gonna take the gray shade, and you'll notice how extended this is. A lot of times when we do that inner corner V shading, we tend to take it pretty far over this way on the lid, but we want to create a more rounded, larger eye, so we're going to cheat that. I was just making sure that this was the shadow side. So let's take that and we're going to press it really far out. Ooh, yes. And then just tilt your head back and really push it into the base. So now, without adding any more product, we're gonna take our same E28 and we're just gonna continue to smooth and transition. I'm not tapping the crease here, I'm just tapping the top part of the shadow. And by top part, I mean the part going towards the brow bone. Smoothing that out some more. And then let's grab a little bit of this shade, just a little tap, very small amount. Press it on the highest point of the brow, and from here, take it over this way and take it over that way. See how smoothing that was? So now let's take this shade, and this is gonna be the one that's gonna go all over our lid. Let's make sure that it's nice and smooth. We're not setting any creases. It didn't look like we were, but it's just like with your under eye, you don't wanna set creases. Let's tap this on. This palette's really nicely pigmented. And don't worry so much about the lash line. We're doing black smudgy liner anyways. I'm picking up this shade again. Let's make sure this is nice and smooth. That one you can see. And let's press this on. This is going to be so authentically 90s because that gray is very blue. I love it. I know it's absolutely feral right now, but that's the thing. You have to wait and see where the journey is taking you, because there's little tricks that take this from looking absolutely terrifying to so polished. Next up, we're gonna add this. This is the Pat McGrath one I love so much. This is going top and bottom waterline. And then we'll take some on the lash line. Ooh. And then no extension. We don't want any of that extension. We want it very round, not elongated. But I do need an E27. Got it. And I love that there's a black eyeshadow in here. So let's smudge this. Can y'all imagine the names of eyeshadows in a palette? If I had a palette, if you ever wonder why I don't have a palette, y'all can't trust me with a palette. It would be an amazing formula, but I'd be having things named salamander slime yellow. So we're trying out new lashes. These are Ardell 578s. They're a little less floofy than the 576s I tend to wear. Just trying out some new ones. I saw them and they looked really pretty. I am gonna drag them over a little bit farther. There we go. And now we'll just start clamping them down. And then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna clean all that up. So we are gonna need concealer to start finishing this up a little bit. I'm gonna grab these two. So This one, these are from Oprah, I mentioned that, but this is the shade Nude, Light Nude. Let's look at this one first. I'm going to swatch them here on my face. It's perfect. So remember, Light Nude. And then this is the shade Natural. Honestly, I love both. But look at that difference. Look at how nice and neutral that is. Yay! Okay, we're just going to use this one. We're going to use the first one, which was Light Nude. So I'm just going to grab what's here. Grabbing that on an E29. Let's start to clean this up. And what I don't want to do is I don't want this to be, again, I don't want it to be a line going that way. I want to keep it really rounded. So I'm going to go kind of in a C motion here. See that? We're still going to be able to use the primer because I'm only doing this. I will wipe this off. I'm only doing this around my eyes. Okay, we got a lesson to learn here. So normally I do not put mascara on my falsies. Once you put mascara on them, it can change the shape of them. They dry a little bit more crispy. You can clean them and I'll do a video on that. But I feel that after you soak them in the rubbing alcohol, again, I will get into that. We'll get into that later. They lose their shape. So normally I don't do this, but I feel for this kind of 90s vibe that I'm going for, mascara on the falsies is what we need. Also, these are a more affordable lash, so I don't feel as bad about putting mascara on them. Oh, I love it. Honestly, it felt like these needed mascara. And the glue is still taggy here, so I can just grab my little tweezers and I can just pinch that back. Chaos. Still chaos. I can just pinch that back together. So we're going into this. Let's grab our e.l.f. This is the new one, the one with niacinamide. Really quickly, I feel like a lot of times with these kind of primers, we feel like we need 3 pumps. Let's just see what 1 pump does, because believe it or not, with these grip primers, anything that says grip, less is more. Especially because I have all of my skincare on already. I can already tell that that's going to be enough. I can absolutely already tell that that is plenty of primer for my entire face. It's just, it's going and going and going and going. Still feel it. I feel like that's something I wish I would have known sooner, because if you had given me this, I would have went 1, 2, 3, and then been like, oh, that might not have been enough, but that could be why your foundation is patchy, not lasting as long, so many different reasons. Use less. And always remember, if you're using more than 1 pump and it's working for you, continue. I'm just giving suggestions about things that if it's not working, let's try something different. But listen, if it's working, you're doing it right because it's working. So never feel like what I'm saying is the only way things work. Mine are just suggestions for when things are not working. You know what I do not enjoy? When I go to buy the same foundation, this is the Revlon foundation in the formula I like, but this is shade 220 in this formula, but let me get 220 in the other formula and they're so different. It can be a little frustrating, but I want to tell you that it's not always wrong. And the reason why is because they both have different ingredients, but it can be frustrating. Those different ingredients will make the color different. So if you've ever bought a foundation in a different formula and you go, hey, this is off, that's why. It's a big reason why. I'm not going to say that it's wrong, but you know what? I'm frustrated with you. And then here's 220 in the other one. Yeah, see, it is more pink. You can see it. Sometimes you just have to hiss. Figured you would want to see this melt in. I I can't wait for y'all to try this brush. It's a spicy little number. This distributes it very evenly. I do want you to see how I'm going to go around this. Definitely rounded. And we can add more foundation here. Don't forget your ears. My ears are always red. Ever since I was little. This is a really good tip. So even though some of us might not have dark circles, myself included, satisfying. Whenever we do a very dark gray, cool toned eye, I'm looking for a C30. Hang on just a second. Chaos is ensuing. I'm gonna have to find one. Well, just a second, we'll get there. But whenever we're doing a really cool toned gray eye like this, it's going to pull out darkness underneath the eye. And I always recommend the smallest amount of a corrector. We're doing peach. So when you're getting rid of any kind of darkness underneath the eye, under concealer, you're going to want a peachy tone. And peach, there's so many different shades of peach. I have so many videos on corrector, but I haven't tried this one, but EYESHADOW has wonderful correctors and in a wonderful array of shades. So this one is from Milani, and the shade we're using is 02 Melon, and I'm just gonna grab it here on a brush. If you don't like sponge tips, or you wanna use these with clients, a clean brush. That's how we're gonna do it. And that's gonna be enough to cancel out the darkness. This is very thin. That's nice. I will say it might not be, there you go, you can see it. It might not be as pigmented as I would like it to be, because I would prefer more pigment. That way I would just use less product. With this kind of product, we're gonna wind up using more, and we don't really want that much underneath our eyes. We talked about that yesterday. So I probably won't reach for this as much. I know it'll be nice, but I would just rather have the EYESHADOW. I would use even half of that, and it's just so pigmented that you wind up using so much less. And remember, I'm sorry it stopped me, but I was saying yesterday that the thinner and more pigmented the product, the better underneath the eye, because you just don't want a lot of product underneath the eye. It's thin skin. It can't hold product that, say, this area can. So let's try out this concealer now. This actually does seem very thin and very pigmented, and that's what I look for really with any product, but especially concealer. So let's grab a C31 and work this in. Oh, I love it. I can already tell by the way it feels, of course. Before we add this to our cart, y'all know I have to try it 3 more times. Gotta wear it for a couple hours, or 8 hours, I should say. But I already love the way that it feels going on. I'm actually gonna do it through the center of my face as well, just to brighten. Have you ever wondered about why you see this a lot? It brings light to the center of the face, and it kind of just pulls it forward. There is a method to the makeup madness. I'll work it in, same brush, C31. I think I really like it. And remember, I try things all the time, and I know nice things. I know good things. Because I do try so many things, so I can tell almost instantly. I could tell when I swatched this downstairs when it was on the counter. Just got in today. But again, we're still gonna see how it wears. Okay, now I'm gonna hop off really quickly. I'm just gonna go compare these two. I'm really not trying to say that this is a dupe. I just wanna see if the textures are similar and the colors are similar, because a lot of you asked. So I'm gonna go do that. I'll be right back. I'm back, and I'm bronzed. One's Charlotte Tilbury, one's Milani. You're gonna have to find out later. But let's go ahead and set. I wanna try this Milani powder. This is the Conceal and Perfect. I'm gonna have to still open this. I'm gonna have to battle it for a moment. How do you get, oh, okay, it was actually pretty easy to open. Thank you, Milani, that was nice of you. I struggle, these long nails. So let's go ahead. Remember, I have no powder on my face yet. We don't do powder before we do any kind of cream bronzer. So let's make sure that's nice and worked in. You know, okay, there's my puffs. I'm sorry, everything's a little all over the place today. We're doing some reorganizing in here. So we picked up the powder. We have it here on the puff. Yeah, I didn't do anything between the last slide. I'm still working it in. I wanted y'all to see it in real time. Jean's not impressed. I don't think Jean's been impressed for quite some time. Then we'll just use what's left, set the rest of the face here. I think we're gonna need to compare it to the Maybelline. What do y'all think? Yeah. Oh, Jean's still not impressed. Make sure we're not setting any creases. I already have this ready to go. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the family. That is not a giant bulldog. That is a, I guess, medium-sized orange cat. He's a kitty. I feel like this one needs worked in a little bit more. Okay, I don't know if I'm loving the powder. I feel like it's a little patchy. But again, we have on different products today. That primer, we don't know how things are reacting together. So we're gonna have to put a pin in it. And I also feel like it won't work in right here. Let me grab my concealer brush. There should be some concealer. There we go. Just need a little bit of that moisture to work that back in. I don't know. I don't think I'm in love with the powder. But again, we have to try it more. So we're gonna put a pin in it. We'll try it out. Tomorrow I'm just gonna do that demo, so I'm gonna use my Givenchy powder. Because whenever I do wear tests, I wanna use things I know are tried and true. So we'll try the powder again day after tomorrow. So I really want some detailing underneath here. So I'm grabbing my Shiseido liner. I know these are so spicy priced, but they are so tiny. I love them so much. I'm just trying to really work this into the lash line. Really tight lining it. And then I'm gonna grab an E26. E26. And we'll grab the black eyeshadow again. And I just want to ever so lightly smudge. Let me show you how much I'm picking up. That much. And then we're just gonna smudge. I want to keep it pretty close to the lash line. So we've been reorganizing and I want to test out this Gucci lipstick. If we really like it, I'll try to find a dupe. But I wanted something more cool toned. Bronzer. That is really pretty. We'll put on the lipstick and then let's find a lip liner. I still want to keep it cool tone. Maybe, no, Truffle's more warm. Let me find us a cool tone lip liner. I'm feeling nostalgic. Let's use MAC Stone. Why am I all the way over here? There we go. I am going to add blush, but let me go finish my TikTok. I wanted to compare the bronzers without any blush. Look at how pretty this blush is. This is also the Whitney Houston Matte collection. This is Nippy's Pink Rose. Do 3 taps in there. That's beautiful. Y'all hear Mama taking down Christmas down there? This color is so pretty. I'm gonna put some here where the sun naturally hits, and a little across my nose where the sun naturally hits, and a little across my chin. I love when I do that because look at that flow now from my chin to my chest. And I also want to mention that there is a glow to this blush, but it's beautiful. This is so pretty. I don't want this to be limited edition. Definitely 90s supermodel vibes. Notice how rounded it is. I remember seeing magazines from back then and the eyes were very rounded. Recently we've been going for a more elongated look, which I love as well, but it's so fun to just change it up. Ooh, this does look good. I honestly feel, see, this is why we don't just show a powder and scream and say it's the worst thing ever. I feel like the powder kind of settled on my skin and now it looks very nice. What is this? Who commissioned that? I'll show you how to fix it. But look up close. This looks nice, right? That's why. That's why we don't bash things. We just wait and see what happens. We're gonna bash that though. Let me show you how to fix it. Okay, take a little bit of powder. About that much. Put it on there. Press it in. And then take a spoolie. And if it doesn't come off this way, I'm gonna show you another way. Nope, that seems to be coming off. Just double check, yep. I don't even know what it was, but that's a really good way to get things off. I also want to remind you with these very intense smoky looks, they almost never look flattering until the end, until you get the entire face done. Even that blush helped so much, the lipstick, everything. It just has to come together at the end. Now I have more things that I want to film today. So I am going to run to Ulta because I want to get that NYX blur and then I want to film some more things. This I'm doing tomorrow, so I'm going to have a white line down my face and we'll just come on and put on a quick eye look. There's some more things. I have so many things. I'm so excited. I love makeup so much and I love helping all of you with your makeup. I just have so much that I want to do and then out of control. Out of control. Love this makeup look. I hope that y'all like it too. I love y'all so much. I'm gonna go edit the Charlotte Tilbury Milani dupe. Again, I don't want to call it a dupe, but we'll just call it a comparison. Well, I'm gonna edit that and that's what I'm gonna post tonight, so stay tuned. I love you so much and I'll see you in the comments. Listen, did I have peanut butter crackers? Yes. Is my lipstick half gone and there's probably crumbs in there? Absolutely. But I wanted to say, I think I love the primer, and once that powder settled, this looks excellent. And this is just direct, full sunlight blinding me. This looks amazing. Terrible angle, but y'all need to get in there. It's not about me, it's about the makeup.